we should not be taken up for a man that has no respect for black women. Okay, like let's just keep it up, girl. Okay, let's just keep it up.
I'm definitely not the naturalist, most natural person on earth.
Hey love bugs, it's your girl DizastrousBeauty coming back with another video. So this video is definitely a different one for me. Well, it's not crazy different, but it's been a while since I kind of got on camera and just chit-chatted with you guys, told you guys what was going on in my life, told you guys what's good, just kind of talked to you guys while I did my makeup, because that is like super hard to do in my house. But I did get the opportunity to do it today, and I wanted to just kind of come on here, talk and do my makeup, and you know, just kind of tell you what's going on in my life, what I think about the things that are going on in pop culture, because honey, 2020 has been a whole entire mess, honey. Like let's be real, it's been a mess. Okay, it's a mess. So I kind of just wanted to get on here and just kind of talk to you guys and just let you know where I'm at and what I'm doing, something that's like completely outside of wig world. Okay, so yeah, that's what I did. But I wanted to come on here and give you guys a quick intro where I'm not looking a whole hot mess, and tell you guys, if you're not already subscribed, sis, pause this video. You ain't even gotta pause, girl. You can just go right down there and click that subscribe button. It's free 99, not gonna cost you a cent, girl. And if you like this video, hit that like button. If you dislike it, girl, click that dislike button, honey. Every little bit helps, okay? And if you are interested in the things that I'm talking about, you know, you want to add on to the things that I'm talking about in this video, definitely feel free to comment down below. And even if you want to say, hey girl, hey girl, do that down below in the comments. And yeah, y'all, now let's get into this video. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and put my wig on my head. Like, y'all, you watch enough wig videos of mine, and if you are interested in this wig, I will have either a card above, or I will have a direct link to my review on it down below in the description box. If it's out before this video, it should be, but it may not be. So if it's not, then just come back, child, okay? But this wig is by West Kiss, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on my head, and then I will come back with the whole makeup and talking and all that good stuff. So give me a minute, child, give me a minute. Okay, so my wig is finally on my head. Now we can kind of get into this makeup. I went ahead and did my eyebrows off camera, and I did use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the color ash brown. I really need an ash blonde, but I use ash brown, and I like set my eyelids and all that good stuff with my Juvia's Place concealer, and then I set it with I primed it with the Juvia's Place concealer. Then I set it with the Juvia's Place setting powder, which I'm running out of. And y'all, this is my favorite setting powder. So I'm definitely gonna have to go to Ulta either today or Friday when I'm off work. But anyways, y'all, so now we can get into this video basically, girl. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know what palette I want to use. Y'all, I use the Jackie Aina's palette so much. Like, I have one particular shade that I love. And I do want to say in this video, because I'm going to be talking, it's going to be certain makeup that I use I'm not going to say anything about. If I think about it, I will. But if I don't, you know, I kind of don't want to put a lot of emphasis on that. I just want to kind of go with the flow and just, you know, talk to you guys. I don't normally do chit chat videos, like, I just don't, but I feel like it's time to kind of do a chit chat video. I kind of want to talk about what's going on in pop culture. I want to kind of talk about what's going on with me. So this video will definitely be all over the place, but I thought it would be fun, and it's a little different, you know, something, giving you guys a little something different. Okay, so yeah, but I love this palette. My husband actually got this palette for me for Valentine's Day. Yeah, my husband actually got this palette for me for Valentine's Day, and it's like literally my favorite palette. But anyway, so I'm gonna start by going into the shade Ginger, and y'all, that is literally my favorite. Like, I love this, like, the shade, like, it's everything. I go into the shade so freaking much, it should be against the wall. Okay, so I'm gonna first just start talking about like what's going on in my life, what I have going on, which is not a whole lot, but I feel like it's so much that's been happening in freaking 2020. 2020 has been a complete train wreck, y'all, like, I think for everybody. So I wanted to talk about like quarantine and how I feel about quarantine and how all of that has affected, you know, our day-to-day life in my household. Obviously school is getting ready to get started back, and we had the choice to do either like virtual school like they were doing right before they got out, or to continue to or to go back to school. Like, I don't know about y'all, but my child ain't going back to school. Nobody to school. It's not happening. I feel like back then when they actually canceled school, it wasn't as bad here in Alabama as it is now. So if he wasn't going to school then, if y'all didn't feel like it was safe enough for him to go to school then, how is it possible for it to be safe enough for him to go to school now when it's way worse? Like, and in my opinion, there's so many people here in the South that are against masks, like anti-mask. You think I'm gonna send my child to a school where it's other kids, and y'all, let's just be honest, who's nastier than kids? Kids are like the nastiest beings on earth, okay? Mine included. You think I'm gonna send my child to school with other kids whose parents probably not only not believe in masks, but don't even believe that the virus is real? It's not happening. So yeah, that's I literally feel like now I'm having to add nurse, YouTuber, mom, wife, and now teacher to my resume, y'all. Like, I don't even know how we're gonna do this, but you know, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, girl. I'm gonna do it. So yeah, that's that with the quarantine. And you know, basically it's just it's all an adjustment. I feel like I think we're at the point where it's like we just have to deal with it. It is what it is, and go from there. That's it. Like, it can't be changed. What is that saying, child? I don't know it. What is the saying? To accept the things that I cannot change. Hold on. Change the things that I can and accept the things that I cannot change, or something like that. Whatever that saying, like, that is what I'm trying to live by at this point, which is really hard for me because I am sort of a control freak. If you didn't know, I'm sort of a control freak. So it's really hard for me, but it is what it is at this point. Okay, so yeah, then I'm gonna kind of blend this out around the crease. If you guys see, y'all see this is got to be glued on my face. Don't judge me, sis. Don't judge me. I clean that. I'm just gonna clean this whole little area around my hairline afterwards. Like, so try not to be distracted by it. Oh Lord, y'all know I am nobody's makeup guru. I tell you guys that all the time. Like, this is not my forte. I suck at eyeshadow. I basically do the same look 24/7. And honestly, y'all, sometimes I basically just leave it like this. Like, I put nothing else on my eyelids. I just leave it like that a lot of the times, especially like today I have to go to work. So, you know, I don't usually like a whole lot to be going on my eyes or on my face in general when I'm going to work. And this isn't even typically the kind of hair that I would wear to work. But girl, your girl reviewed this the other day and it was life for me. And I think I'm going to go into this Juvia's Place, the Chocolates palette by Juvia's Place. And this is what it looks like. And I think I'm going to go into that middle shade. And I'm going to just apply that to my lid. And honey, that's going to be that on my eyes, okay? Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about is weight loss. Okay, so before quarantine happened, y'all, I was on my weight loss, like, journey. I was like literally almost like 10 pounds away from my goal. I was there, girl. I mean, I was doing so good. I was so proud of myself. I even go back now and look at the videos like in January, late January and February. Like, girl, I was almost there. And then quarantine happened and I basically used quarantine as an excuse. I'm gonna be honest with you. I used quarantine as an excuse to go back to being fat. Like, honestly, I used it as an excuse to drink more and to just basically completely fall off of my goal. And it was literally just an excuse because I didn't have to. Like, I didn't have to stop what I was doing. I was on such a good path. Now, granted, I will say the coronavirus and all of that was definitely overwhelming. And I know it was way more overwhelming. I feel like it was more overwhelming for other people than it was for me, because I was still able to go to work. And, you know, even though the whole schooling thing was like, you know, and it was scary, but because I was able to get out of the house, it wasn't as overwhelming as I pretended it was. Okay, it was just an excuse. And I hate excuses. I am just like one of those people. I hate excuses. I know when I'm making an excuse for myself, and I'm not able to live in ignorance like I would like to. And I knew what I was doing. So yeah, I felt completely off. I was completely disappointed in myself. I stopped everything. I started back eating breads, because if you guys don't know, what I was initially doing was keto, which was tearing my face up. Like, if you go back and look at some of those old videos, my face was completely broken out. I had never experienced anything like that in my entire life. But I felt like it was well worth it because I was losing the weight. Yeah, but my skin was awful. Oh my God. I know they talk about a keto rash. I'm going into this this little brown color right here. They talk about a keto rash when you're on keto, but girl, I have very dry skin where I used to. Now it's not as dry as it used to be. But I have never had acne because my skin is so dry. And I had never experienced anything like that. And honestly, I had gotten to the point where I was always one of those people, even though you guys see me on camera with makeup, that's because the companies that I work with always, child, my doggone memory card said it was full, which doesn't make any sense because I definitely cleared off that memory card. So I'm really aggravated. I don't even remember where I was at, but I think I was basically talking about just like how I felt like I really shouldn't have had any type of excuse for, you know, falling off, because I was still kind of able to get out. I was still able to do what I wanted to do. And I just used that as an excuse to overeat and to overindulge and to overdrink, and, you know, to just go back into the ways that I was. And I really wanted, when I got on keto, I was only doing keto until I reached my goal, and then my plan was to start to live a low carb lifestyle, and that was going to be like my lifestyle. I wasn't trying to do a diet. I was trying to make a lifestyle change, and I feel like I just fell completely off. And you know, whenever you fall off something, it's hard to get back on. So now I ended up gaining about 10 pounds back, and yeah, which made me not happy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like, you know what looks good on you as a person. Certain weights look better on other people. I've seen people that are my weight size, the same weight as I am, and they look way smaller. Or I've seen people who are shorter than me, and it's really not necessarily a height thing, but I know people that are way shorter than me, my weight looks awful on them, you know, like awful. I don't feel like I look awful. I just am not happy with the weight that I am, and I feel really, really unhealthy. So I was like, okay, girl, okay, you had your break, it's time to get back in it. And that's where I am when the summer is almost over. Like, really, girl, I guess it really don't matter that I waited till the summer is almost over, because we have been quarantined anyway, so it doesn't matter. I like to use the NYX matte liquid liner. This is literally my favorite eyeliner, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that on, and I'm probably gonna slap on my lashes, and then I will come back and we will get into the rest of this doggone video, girl. Okay, so next I'm gonna prime my face with this primer that I actually got from BoxyCharm. It is by Clean Canvas, the Cream Shop Clean Canvas Cushion Primer, and it's actually a weird little primer. It's more of a color correcting type of primer. I think purple corrects redness, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Okay, it says purple color minimizes yellow spots. Child, I guess green gets rid of the redness. I don't know, but it is kind of a purple color, and I like it. Like, so far I really like it. It's not something that I probably would have ever bought, but it did come in my BoxyCharm, and child, it does and I like it. I think it's cute. So this is what it looks like, and you just kind of push it in there and then push it into your face. Okay, so the next thing I kind of wanted to jump into and talk about is just YouTube in general, like what I think about YouTube and all that. As you guys know, I do work, child. I do work. Lately I haven't been working as much as I used to, but I do still have a full-time job that I work at. And yeah, YouTube isn't necessarily a hobby. I like kind of consider it like a part-time job at this point, but it's still like not my main, you know, my main thing, my main profession or anything like that. It is, nursing is obviously that, but I'm gonna go into this Clinique and this NYX right here. So yeah, YouTube definitely has, it's like a lot of changes. YouTube is all about the freaking algorithm, and I do feel like with YouTube, it does lean more towards white content creators than black. And I do think that like the wigs are basically phasing out. I feel like YouTube go through all kinds of phases and trends and all that good stuff. And I kind of do feel like the wig trend is phasing out. So I was thinking about, you know, going into, you know, different other things that I like to talk about and do on YouTube. And, you know, obviously still doing wigs because I love wigs. Like, I don't think that's going to change. But just incorporating different things that I also like astrology and makeup. Like, not a whole lot of makeup because I am nobody's, I always say this, I'm nobody's makeup guru. I have always done my makeup on this channel, but I am nobody's makeup guru. But you know, just doing, you know, even talking about pop culture and different things that I'm interested in. I have really gotten into true crime videos. I think they're so interesting to watch somebody put on their makeup and do true crime videos. Brittany Vaughn was actually the first person, if you don't watch her, watch her, girl, that I watch do makeup and true crime. And I don't feel like it's enough African Americans doing that. There are a lot of my Caucasian babies doing it, but I don't feel like it's enough African Americans doing that type of video. And if you were even possibly into true crime and you was like, oh, I would like to do YouTube, but I don't know what to do, give that some thought, y'all. I think that is really neat. And I think it's a even though I have started watching people like Stephanie Harlow on top of Brittany Vaughn, it's always good to see somebody that looks like you do something. And that's just point blank period, which is another reason I feel like black content creators don't do as well as white content creators, because honestly, they're not as much of us as it is them. Like, let's just be honest. That is another reason, not the main reason possibly, but I do feel like that does play a huge part. It's just not enough of us. And people like to watch people that look like them. They just do. I get it. I do, especially when it comes to makeup. Like, certain things, no, it doesn't matter the color, but when it comes to makeup, you want to see somebody that resembles you because you feel like it helps more. You know what I mean? Like, it helps more with makeup when you see somebody do it that resembles you. And that's just being honest. And I get that. But yeah, I was thinking about, you know, just kind of branching off into those different spaces, talking about pop culture. I watch a lot of different YouTubers do that type of thing, and I like it as well. I love the whole colorism and all of that, you know, information that really I had no idea about prior to YouTube. YouTube taught me so much. Channels like Paris Milan and Chrissy and Yaney Red and I Am Eloho, and you know, a whole bunch of these channels, Lovely T, all these channels really taught me a lot about colorism and all the negativity that is actually in our own community. Outside of the racism that we experience in general, just the colorism that is in our community. And a lot of it I just didn't recognize. I didn't know. I was literally ignorant of it. Like, you knew, but you didn't know. You would hear people talk about it, but you didn't know. You know what I mean? And I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful for the education, and different people have different viewpoints and all of that good stuff. Girl, I don't know if you guys watch these channels, but I have been watching the femininity debate. Femininity is like a big thing right now. in these YouTube streets in the black community. And I think because it's like that in the black community because I feel like we as black women weren't taught to be feminine. Like it wasn't a thing for us to be feminine. It just wasn't. We were and have been for years taught to be strong. Everything was be strong, be strong, be strong. And for what? We women. And I am completely with that. I agree 100%. Why as a woman would I need to be strong? What other community teaches their girls to be strong? Be a strong black woman. Like why? Why? When we women. And I feel like, honestly, in my opinion, the women were taught to be strong, to do everything, and the men were coddled.
Period! 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 Period!
So, as a result of that, you know, we have what we have going on. But we ain't gonna get into that, girl. We ain't gonna get into that. But, so yeah, I've been watching the femininity debate, and I've seen for Harriet and Chrissy, you know, kind of clashing. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna touch that, girl. I actually really love both channels, and I feel like I honestly feel like there's room for both. I do. I think it is okay for us to have a different opinion. Like it seems like black women are always like pushed, you know, to battle each other. It can never be two black women that have two different ideas, or that are two black women that have like similar channels with different ideas without them like feeling like people making them fight. And it shouldn't be like that. I feel like that is really bad in the black community, like with rappers, with singers, with anything. When it comes to black women, it's like we're made to battle each other. And it's okay. It's okay to have separate opinions without you feeling like one has to fight the other or one has to battle the other. It is perfectly okay. Most of us have completely different opinions. I'm pretty sure your opinion is different completely from mine. If we all had the same opinion, we would get nowhere. Like, that's how I feel. And I honestly don't like that. I feel like their audiences are making them battle versus themselves. I don't feel like they would have if it wasn't for their fandoms. So that's how I feel about that. Like, but I agree with both of them in different ways. I do. I get what both of them are saying. I think we need both for Harriet and Chrissy. I think there's room for both of them on this space, and I think we can learn different things from both of them. And that's just how I feel, honey, point blank, period. That's just how I feel about that. If you don't know these channels, if you don't watch these channels, I would recommend you guys checking out basically everybody that I freaking mentioned. Like, they are awesome. I love their channels. We need to support one another. I feel like we spend so much time competing against each other instead of supporting one another. And speaking of support, let's kind of talk about YouTube and me and YouTube and all of that. I have had so much support on this platform. I am a very introverted person, extremely introverted. I don't know if you guys get that from my channel, but I am. I'm a very, very introverted, very sort of shy type person, which is why I have never gone live, honey. Your girl is not gonna go live. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna go live. Maybe one day I can boost myself up to go live, but I don't see it in my future. But I've had so much support on this channel, and I kind of just wanted to shout out some of these people that have supported me and helped me and guided me. The first person that I actually want to shout out, honey, is Shining Star. Oh my God, Shining Star. If you are not subscribed to Shining Star, go subscribe to her channel right now. Okay, Shining Star is the truth. She is. She has helped me in more ways than thank you, girl. If you happen to come across this video, thank you, girl. In case I haven't actually told you, thank you. I feel like she is just like one of those people that, you know, she just gonna help you. She gonna be there. She gonna support you. She's just like one of those, if I feel like if I knew her as a friend, she's like one of those friends that you like, oh my God, they hurt my feelings, and she's taking out her earrings like, okay, let's go get them. Like she's like that's like the vibe that I get from her. Like just one of those cool, loyal, just amazing people. And she taught me so much, even like in the very beginning of just starting and not knowing to charge companies or what, not knowing any doggone thing, and collaborating with me when my channel was super small. Just being there, okay, like giving me wisdom, offering me comfort and all that good stuff. Like, man, shout out to you, shining star. I'm talking low because my family is like in the other room. I think y'all can hear me because the mic right here. But yeah, shout out to her for real. And also other channels like Wigs to Waist Length, the Hearts and Cakes 90, Some More Love, and BODIEDBYKEIRA. All of these, you know, these people that were on this platform before I was actually on it doing wig reviews, people that I watched and loved their videos and inspired me to start. Shout out to y'all. Like, shout out to y'all for, you know, always being welcoming and, you know, willing to teach and help. Because I feel like on this platform, this platform is very competitive, and because it's so competitive, there's a lot of people that are like, what I'm gonna help you for, so you can pass me, when in reality there's so much room on this platform that we can literally help everybody. Like, we can. Yeah, so that's how I feel about, I just wanted to do that right quick and just tell people that I am grateful. I am extremely shy and, like I said, extremely introverted, and because of that, I think I can come off as I don't want to say snooty, but I can't think of another word. It's not that, it's just that I'm so uncomfortable, so afraid of saying the wrong thing that I don't say anything. Like, that is pretty much my personality, that I can be so afraid of saying the wrong thing that I can end up not saying anything, and I just give people the wrong impression. But Lord knows I appreciate all of these creators that have actually just taken the time to, you know, help me. It's appreciated, girl. I also wanted to briefly talk about, like, why people ask me all the time about me selling my wigs, and I'm gonna go ahead and just say this in this video, and hopefully enough people see it and get it. I have been meaning to sell wigs sell some of these wigs for I don't know how long. The reason I have not is because I don't have time. I don't have time. I literally, like, y'all, my days are insane. I wish I could just do a video or something and let you guys completely see, like, what my day-to-day life is like. I'm pretty sure some of you guys can imagine, but child, my life is crazy. My life is crazy. So I actually just don't have the time that is going to take to wash these wigs, put them, you know, take the pictures of them, put them on the site, send them off. I just haven't had the time, y'all. And for the most part, I have, like, people that are in my family and friends, you know, they come and get them. There's really not as many wigs as you would think there is, but there are a lot of wigs, but not as many as you think. Just because I do come from a family that is majority female, and we all wear wigs. I'm trying to think of one that doesn't. I think we all wear wigs. So, like, there's not as many wigs here as you may think, and I would hate to, like, being responsible for somebody's money, like somebody cash apping me some money, and me being just like terrified that I'm not gonna send the wig on time, and I just feel like it's just something that's just gonna cause me added stress. And I just don't want any added stress right now. Like, I feel like my life is stressful enough, and I don't want any added stress. That is why I haven't sold any wigs. Like, that is literally the hold up. And it sucks because I know a lot of you guys see wigs and you're like, oh my God, this girl has so many wigs. Why won't she just sell me one? Like, I get it, girl. But honey, I just, not to mention, when you sell stuff, like, people have the worst attitudes, and I ain't got the time to be dealing with attitudes. Like, they may get the wig and it don't look exactly like they feel like it looked on me on the video or something like that. And honey, I don't want to. Not saying that all of you guys will be like that, but you know it's gonna be some people that are like that. And I ain't got the time, the temperament, none of that to deal with it. I just don't want to. I just don't want to, really. I do still plan on doing it at some point, selling these wigs, because I need to. I really do need to. And I won't be selling them for any crazy prices or anything like that. But I just know it's just going to be this big thing that I just don't want to deal with. That's me being honest. That's me keeping it a buck, girl. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off that Juvia's Place setting powder that I use with my Sephora Micro Smooth. I am in love with my Sephora Micro Smooth, child. It's life. If you don't have Sephora Micro Smooth, girl, get you some, okay? You can get it from, obviously, Sephora. And I've had this one, I know, for about a year. And, like, I haven't hit pan yet. It's awesome. And I also use it in my wigs. In my parting space. So that says a lot. Like, I think it's $20. But it's definitely worth it. Okay, so yeah, I think that was all I wanted to talk about as far as it, like, as me goes. Like, it ain't a whole lot going on with me, child. I'm boring. But I did also want to talk about pop culture, some pop culture stuff. And what I obviously want to talk about first is the Meg Thee Stallion Tory Lanez mess. Like, honey, are we tired of this or no? Okay, honey, obviously I'm no Lovely T, I'm no Tasha K, or I'm none of these people that talk about this type of stuff. My take on it is probably a little different. Okay, so not necessarily my take on it, but just that I feel like I didn't like how people were handling it. I felt like there were way too many jokes. I felt like people turned something that could have been a very, very bad situation, even though, I mean, it was still bad that she was bleeding and all that, but I feel like they made it, they turned the victim into the predator. Like, what do they call it? Victim shaming. It was a lot of victim shaming. And me and my friend was actually talking about this recently in the car, and if I thought she who is a brown skinned girl, was talking to me, and she said that she didn't believe that people were doing it because Meg was brown skinned. I do. I feel like when people are brown skinned and dark skinned women, that they are often seen as more aggressive. It was even a guy, what was his name? I don't know none of these new rappers, but a girl did a video, Chama Chats, that's somebody else, Chama, Queen Chama. She did a video on this guy, and he literally, I don't know if I'll insert the clip or whatever and let you guys see, but it kind of lets you guys know how people see a lot of brown and dark skinned black women. Black women in general, but definitely brown skin and dark skinned black women.
Let me tell you why Kodak say he don't fuck with dark skinned girls. Me too. I like any girl, but I stay away from dark skinned girls.
Why y'all like dark skinned girls?
First of all, y'all too violent.
Bro,
Am I right or wrong? Listen, a light skinned girl, if you just touch her like this, she will get bruised. So she don't like to get hit. Like, she don't like to wrestle, none of that, because little shit bruise her. A dark skinned girl, she's so black, you don't see no bruise. So she trying to real deal thump your ass. Bro. I like light skinned girls because, like, they just so, they just so pretty and just so gentle. Like, they just so soft. Like, for real, they like, you just wanna love them so much. Like,
and I think because of that black women, to me, aren't allowed to be victims. It's like, you can't be a victim, you're black. Like, basically, we aren't allowed to be victims. As we're really not even allowed to be real women, let alone victims. Like, let's just keep this a whole buck. Let's be honest. Let's be realistic. We have spent years not being realistic about this, and let's be realistic about it now. Black women aren't allowed to be victims. We aren't allowed to be women. We almost aren't allowed to be human. So I do feel like because of that people wanted her to be the bad guy. Whether she was the bad guy or not, whether she, as Adam from No Jumper said, that she beat him up. If you beat somebody up, if you beat a guy up, do you deserve to be shot? Because that's basically what people have been saying. I even have this screenshot that I'm gonna put on here where it says that she deserved to be shot. Where ever has it been said that because you are that because you may yell or scream or whatever, or little boy somebody, that you deserve to be shot? Where? Other than a black woman. If this wasn't a black woman, this would not have been the narrative whatsoever. That's how I feel, point blank. Okay. Like, that's how I feel. Nobody can make me feel differently. I don't think, had she not been a black woman, that the narrative would have been the same. If Tory Lanez honey had shot Miley Cyrus, girl, okay, the narrative would be different. Even if Tory Lanez had shot Drea, the narrative would be different. That's how I feel. I think we have to get rid of this stigma. And I think that the biggest issue is one of the reasons why I feel like we can't get rid of the stigma is because black women together aren't together. Okay, honestly, black men, they gonna stick together. Okay, they gonna stick together. Black women will not. There are just as many black women victim shaming Meg Thee Stallion as there are black men or white people or whatever. There are just as many black women. And that is what Chrissy talks about with staying on code. Now, granted, Chrissy does preach to dark-skinned black women. I see nothing wrong with that. I see nothing wrong with that. I feel like there needs to be platforms for dark-skinned black women like Chrissy's channel. I am not offended by her channel whatsoever. Granted, I'm not a dark-skinned black woman, but I am a black woman. Okay, so I see nothing wrong with her channel. I agree with her channel, and she has taught me a lot watching her channel. It may not be for me, but I do have dark-skinned cousins. I do have a dark-skinned stepdaughter. I do have dark-skinned people in my lives that her channel taught me, that some of the things that I was saying and doing were wrong. And it came from ignorance. It came from growing up ignorant, So because I watch Chrissy's channel, and the Paris Melange channels, and everybody's channel. Granted, I do feel like this was probably a lesson learned for Megan. It probably was. That I'm not somebody that judges people in general. I just don't. I'm gonna deal with what is the problem at hand. And the problem at hand, this woman was shot, and that she was victim shamed for being shot. That's all I need to see. And I think that she was victim shamed because she is a dark-skinned black woman. That's all I need to know. And I feel like us as black women, whether we're dark-skinned, brown-skinned, or light-skinned, we need to stay on code with other black women. Because a black man, no matter what that man done did, they're gonna stay on code. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel. So yeah, that's how I feel about the whole Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion situation. Now I'm gonna go in with the, I don't know which one I want to use. I have two. Both came out of BoxyCharms. This is the Too Faced Coco Contour Palette, and this one is the Kenya Ortiva's Beauty Palette. I think I'm gonna go into the Too Faced one. It smells like chocolate. And we're gonna use this one. Y'all know I love the dark look. Like, honey, You can't tell me nothing. Okay, so the last thing that I wanted to talk about is Mr. Kanye, honey. And I'm not finna spend a whole lot of time on Kanye, child. I'm just not. Okay. I feel like, okay, let me first say I am not a Kardashian stan. She's just not. Like, I admire them getting their bag because they get their bag. I don't care what nobody say about a Kardashian. Them girls get their bag. I do love that. But, I agree with the black women saying that we should not be taken up for a man that has no respect for black women. Okay, like let's just keep it up. Okay, let's just keep it up. Why would we be taken up for a man that cares nothing about black women? He may care about black men, but he does not care about black women. So why would I feel like I need to defend him and take up for him or whatever for him, child? Let him do it, honey. Let the racially ambiguous women that he likes, let them do it, girl. Not us. It is not our responsibility. Kanye is not our responsibility, honey. If he is not your brother, your husband, or whatever, treat him like he treats us. That's how I feel. I don't care. And you know, I wanted to, because I do have one of those, I do have a personality where I can feel bad for people. I don't care what somebody has done, I can feel so bad for them. But let me tell you what made me not feel bad for Kanye. Okay, what made me agree with the black women that were saying, honey, let his wife handle him, girl. That is not our problem. When he had that debate, not the part about Harriet Tubman, because honey, yeah, that definitely pissed me off, but not necessarily that part. That's not what I'm talking about, girl. What I'm talking about is when he did that debate, he had a white girl come up on that stage and I mean was talking to him real reckless, honey. Okay, she like, I think it was Paris Milan that had a video on it. Let me look and see. It was definitely Paris Milan. I hope I remember to link the video or something. Y'all, so the woman, the white girl was talking real reckless. And you know what he did at the end of that? He gave her a hug. Okay, word. Now, I didn't see nothing wrong with that. What I saw wrong, like what pissed me off, what made your girl mad was, yeah, he did that to her, but it was a black girl that was talking to him after this girl. And she was just like talking about his policies and stuff. And honey, he went off on her, like snapped. She wasn't like, she didn't talk to him crazy. He ended up talking, like after he had, you know, she had asked her question, he was talking to the audience, and what he was saying was crazy, obviously. And she was like in the back, like correcting him. And honey, he snapped on her. Wasn't no hugs and kisses for her. So yet we as black women want to get on these platforms, on social media platforms, taken up for him. Girl, I'm telling you guys, it has to be some type of black woman girl code, okay? Like, let us stay on code. So I would definitely, if you have no idea, once again, who these channels I'm talking about, honey, they woke your girl up, okay? Because I have been asleep my entire life. I have just basically been doing and living, and I think a lot of us have. I mean, we are basically taught at a super young age, black women are taught at a very young age to basically protect the family, to be the man of the family, to be the mule of our families. And you know, we've decided that was normal, and we've just done it because we know no better. But when you know better, you do better. So know better, honey, and do better. This highlighter that I'm using, y'all, this highlighter is by Maybelline. It's my favorite highlighter, as you can see. I've had it for so long. It's super cheap. Like, I cannot find a highlighter that looks as good as this highlighter. Like, I love this highlighter. And I broke it years ago and I just kept using it. And every time I go into the store, I'm like, oh, I can just buy another one. I'm like, what for? When I still got some here. There's still some there. It's just cheap. But yeah, I would really recommend you guys checking out some of these channels, like I said, that I mentioned. I will put them down below in the description box. If I forget, y'all, make sure you comment down below. Like, girl, you forgot. Put it down there. Let us know. That was just a regular eyeliner, in case you want to know. But yeah, let me know down below. Just like, girl, you forgot. Put it down there so we'll know what you're talking about. I feel like watching these channels definitely just changed my whole, just like, I feel like it was life-changing watching these channels. And I feel like that's what YouTube is supposed to be about, like to teach us, to help us grow, all of that. And like, it has definitely become something different. And I like where it's going. Like, I just do. I've been watching Chrissy now for about 2 or 3 years. Paris Milan, I've only been watching maybe a year and a half or so. I Am Miloho, she's a new channel, but she's grown really, really fast. So I've only been watching her for about a year. And Yanni Red, her channel used to actually be more of a like wigs and makeup, and she has definitely changed it. Now Lovely T is somebody that I have literally been watching since I was, oh God, I want to say since I was in my first marriage. I could be wrong, but I think I have been watching Lovely T now for about 8 years. I have been a tea sipper for a long time as far as Lovely Tea goes. She's probably, her and Nitra B, who is from Alabama. I'm like, Nitra B is my heart, okay? Nitra B is my heart. Cosmeholics Anonymous, those are my hearts. But I also really, really love Lovely Tea. And I've been watching Lovely Tea for a really long time. Like, oh. Oh, yeah, this is the Morphe Mattifying Continuous Setting Mist. I used to use the other one, and like I said, my skin has been changing. I guess because I'm getting older. I don't know what it is. Y'all let me know. Do your skin change when you get older? I don't know what's going on, but I ain't feeling it. I don't like that my skin is changing. But yeah, that's the mattifying mist that they have. And now I'm going to do my bottom lashes. Right here is Lilly Lashes Mascara. This came in a BoxyCharm as well. Y'all, honey, just about everything I got came in a BoxyCharm because I'm cheap. And you can guarantee I didn't buy it. Okay, so the lipstick that I've been wearing is actually the Fenty Uncensored. In the video that I did when I reviewed this hair, I actually had on the Fenty Uncensored. But I recently found my MAC Ruby Woo. This used to be my, y'all, this is the driest lipstick on earth. But this used to be my favorite lipstick. And I'm finna see. Honestly, the formula, I feel like the first Ruby Woo that I had felt way drier than it does now. Like, ugh, it used to be so dry. Honestly, I think they can add a little moisture to it. I used to have Riri Woo. Maybe it was the Riri Woo that was super dry. But yeah. So yeah, I decided I would do that one instead of the Fenty, because the Fenty, I love it, but it can be messy. And I just don't feel like being messy today, girl. I just don't. So yeah, this is basically the finished makeup look. I'm gonna go ahead and style this hair. Child. Yeah, let me style this hair and I will come back with the intro and outro. I never do these types of videos. Let me know what you guys think though. So yeah, let me style this hair, curl it up a little bit, and yeah, let's do that. Okay, so y'all, this is the finished look. This is what I got, honey, after I added me a little curl, put on me a good little mock turtleneck. It is short sleeve. You guys know I'm feeling like the creamy white vibes these days. Like, that's just where I'm at, girl. That's just where I'm at. So yeah, this is the finished look. Like, I'm feeling it. Let me know what you think about this unit, what you think about this whole little makeup look. What do you really think about the things that I discussed in this video? Like, I know I kind of was all over the place, honey. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, okay? It's been a while since I did this type of video. It's not even like the type of video that I do often. So just let me know if you like these types of videos, and if you like these type of videos, like this video, so I'll know to do more of them, and, you know, figure out how to incorporate this into my channel. And yeah, y'all, just let me know what you think, girl. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, if you're not already subscribed, sis, click the subscribe button. And if you're not already following me on all my social media platforms, I am Disastrous Beauty on both IG and Facebook. I am held to Miss C on Snapchat, and I'm Disastrous B on Twitter. And I will see you love bugs next time. Bye.